If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
Hi, Garrett. Hi. How you doing? All right. Garrett Wampler of York, PA, Cowboys fan, on the air at WNST.
Good morning, Baltimore. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about the Ravens training camp battles. We're going to be going into about the kickers right now. I think first off you have to look at the Ravens 2009 situation where they went 10-6, but out of 6 of those losses, 4 of them were for 3 points or less. So you're talking about getting a solid kicker in there that can make those clutch kicks, get them to the win. So you're talking about you turn around to a 14-2 season, that's a first round bye. You could have played Indy at home. Now, going in and looking at this situation, you have Billy Cundiff, came in, started 10 games for the Ravens last year. For the Ravens, he was 12 for 17, which is alright, but this guy, he's never been over 80% in his career. So I don't think you can expect him in one season for a Super Bowl contender to really step up his game. On the other hand, the Ravens did bring in former Cincinnati Bengals kicker Shane Graham. Graham, he's a Pro Bowler. He was in the Pro Bowl in 2005. Last season he was 23-28 for the Bengals. And they both got strong legs. You can't argue that. Cundiff has a career long of 56 yards for the Cowboys when he played for them. And Graham is from 53, but they both have the ability to get the ball into the posts. Now I think you have to go and look at it from all aspects. Can these kickers make the kicks? Can they do kickoffs? And both of them can. We saw in the preseason game against the Panthers, Cundiff had 2 touchbacks in that game while he was only on extra point duty. And Graham went 1 for 2 in the game. He missed from 50 yards, but it's preseason. Let's get real. This guy is the 4th most accurate kicker in NFL history, 85.2%. He can make the shots. He hasn't kicked below 80% in his career, except for his first 2 years in the league. Cundiff's never been over 80%. I don't even think this is a real competition. I think Graham should just be given the starting job right out. Cundiff's been a journeyman throughout his career. He's been with the Cowboys for 4 years before he left with a hamstring injury in training camp in 2005. Then he did kickoff duty for the Saints in 2006 before sitting out 2 seasons. Before coming back with the Browns, where he went 6 for 6. And then he got picked up by the Ravens after Stephen Hauska was blowing games all over the place. You can't ask a journeyman to come in and compete on a Super Bowl caliber team. You got to bring in the Pro Bowler. You've got to get him comfortable with the team so that he can make the kicks, so that when the Ravens go down to Dallas for Super Bowl 45, they can hoist that Vince Lombardi trophy. I just don't see any way that Shane Graham does not win this competition. Harbaugh knows it, he's just not announcing it yet. Cundiff's going to get his attempts in the preseason coming up, but I don't see him, even with a perfect performance, I don't see him coming out on top of this, being the starting kicker for the Ravens. And you can't even look at it from a Ravens standpoint of carrying 2 kickers on the team right now. They're shorthanded at cornerback. They've got way too many talented wide receivers to carry on the team. You can't carry one for kickoff duty and the other for kicking the field goals. It's just not going to happen. Graham is going to be the starter. He's going to kick over 85% for the season. He's going to get the Ravens over that hump that they had last season with kicking. He's going to get them to the Super Bowl. They're going to be great. It's just a matter of him making the kicks and lining them up, sending it through the post. I don't know what more you can ask from your field goal kicker. That's what they're paid to do. You know, you've got field goal kickers all over the place, but the best ones, Adam Vinatieri, they make the kicks, and that's what Graham's going to do for the Ravens.
You're Garrett Wampler for WNST.
I'm Garrett Wampler for WNST.
There you go. All right, well done. There he goes. Garrett, who had never heard of...
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.